Hello, good morning, and welcome to episode 6 of Changing Room Thoughts. Today is a very special episode. I'm here with my very first guest speaker, and a very important guest speaker nonetheless, my mother!
Hi.
大家好. So, just a disclaimer, in this episode, my mom has been in this country longer than some of you bitches have been alive, okay? But sometimes she's more comfortable articulating herself in Chinese. So you might hear her switch between Chinese and English. I'll translate anytime that happens. But if you're a native Chinese speaker, welcome. This episode is going to be a real treat for you. Yeah. You want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. And it's so exciting to talk to my daughter. So, I don't have any idea what she's doing before, and until this vacation. So we heard about her broadcast, right, in the car. So now I know, she's doing this right now. So I kind of just a little nervous to join her kind of interview.
Yeah. Well, you can think of it as more like a conversation.
Okay.
Now, why I want to bring my mother onto this fashion podcast is because she is, as the mother of the fashion nerd, the OG fashionista, obviously.
What is OG?
OG original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I owe my most coveted pieces to this woman. Rimless Chanel sunglasses, she was doing that in the early aughts. The chocolate bar Chanel bag, priceless. And you got it for $900 in the 90s, right?
Yeah, in 90s. In Neiman Marcus in Palo Alto.
Did you buy it for any special reason to celebrate it?
Yeah, because when we window shopping with my friends that day, then I saw they put in the cabin, right? The cabin. I said, wow, very eye-catching. So I just, I love that color and also the design. So, so very sophisticated.
Yes.
In this word. So, and then I decided I have to have it right away, And then my friends have some relation with the sales girl in the Neiman Marcus, so the sales girl can have some discount. So, original asking price is over 1,000 something, and then after discount, it's 900 something.
Girl math. Speaking of girl math, the reason why I even grew an interest in fashion in the first place is because I grew up watching her get dressed for real estate. She is a real estate agent, a very successful real estate agent. And that's something I want to get into later on in our podcast, is the power of dressing, especially in the workplace, and how my mom has been able to utilize that as part of being a successful real estate agent. But yeah, so this woman is where my taste comes from. She's been doing this for a while. This Lululemon jacket I'm wearing, I always tell them what I'm wearing when I start a podcast. This Lululemon track jacket that I'm wearing is 15 years old, before all of you kids started making this a trending thing in 2021, calling it a BBL jacket. So this
basically is like a first when they hit the market, so, and then we saw is the first brand have a woman shape up, right?
Yeah.
How to say that? So when you wear it, you see your shape. So healthy and so energetic, so sporty looks like. So that's why we all falling in love right away. And then we bought the pants and the jacket by then. So now it's hard to find because the material is thick. When the material is thick, it's very thin.
It keeps your shape intact because the material is thick. That's true. They still make this, but the material is not as good. It's not as thick and sturdy. It's a lot more thin. It's not as flattering. So yeah, she's the OG fashion girl. You bitches could never. And now I think that we've gotten a good introduction to my mother, her style, and why she demands your respect. I want to get into some questions. My mother has had a very fascinating and interesting life, immigrating from China, having an illustrious career, and now being retired and traveling across Europe. But I want to start with some easy ones. First of all, I want to learn what are some brands you like right now? What are you into?
Right now, Max Mara, I buy a lot of Max Mara. And also the brand of
H. Carolina Herrera?
Yeah, I suddenly...
Carolina Herrera, CH.
Yeah, that's right,
CH. Yeah.
CH. I bought the CH. I love this classic design, and then, but not only classic, but also very lively, 就是很活泼。它又活泼又庄重，但是比如说像它那个 pants，the blue background and with the white dot, right?
Yeah.
So for the pants, looks very,
It's both lively and elegant.
Elegant,
right?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's the word. And also, of course,
Lululemon?
Lululemon.
She also really likes like the
还有那个就是那个叫什么
Brunello Cucinelli?
？Yes.
She loves Brunello Cucinelli.
它那种是低调的奢华，就是 low key but luxury.
Yes, mom. 现在这个 right now this is really trending 叫 quiet luxury.
Oh,
quiet luxury. She's been on the quiet luxury train before you guys even made it a trend.
就是中文叫低调的奢华，因为它的 color 都是莫兰迪的那种感觉，就是莫兰迪。
She says that the colors are very particular to a certain. It's an artist, right?
Artist. No, this is the color brand. The color brand. So the 莫兰迪 color 呢 is 应该有一个英文的，它的就不是
Morandi? Is that what it's called?
maybe. 对，中文翻过来叫莫兰迪 color.
Morandi. She's
right.
even more cultured than I am.
Because
She
I learned in
studies
the
photography.
photography. So when we do the editing, right, I like, those Morandi color theme. So like a blue, is not really shining or...
It's more muted, more neutral.
More
blues.
neutral. It's not like fresh, so it's off a little bit. So you feel very comfortable when you see, and also last longer. When you see more, you like more, you're never tired of that, So that's why I think 那个 brand 叫什么
Brunello Cucinelli?
Yeah, 那个就是特别漂亮。They're gray, blue, white, right? Even brown, and everything is just right taste. And plus a little jewelry along the way, so it's not like a very 夸张那种。
It's not very like ostentatious. It's not very avant-garde. It's very understated.
Yeah, but you feel it's luxury. You
Yeah.
feel there. So
My mom
purchased.
has taste.
I purchased several of them, and then I have pictures with their clothes. It's so pretty.
Can you send them to me so I can put it on the video?
Yeah,
Eventually.
yeah.
Speaking of timeless beauty and timeless fashion, something I want to get into is like, this is such a different environment that you're in now. You do photography, you have great fashion taste, you've been a real estate agent, a very successful one at that. But you came to this country in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
86.
In 1986, and before that, she was living in China, in like Mao Zedong, China. That's like a really different life. And so when you came to the U.S., I remember you showed me this pink 粉色的那个 80s skirt suit, 是不是 Escada? 我忘记.
Oh no, 那个是 I bought in Japan.
In Japan.
In Japan, in Tokyo. That is 86. 86.
1986. What was that like when you started to kind of discover your fashion?
I think when I was in Beijing, because I was a professional athlete before, so we were traveled the whole world, so, and then we saw, different country, different dressing, different style, so that time then I already interested in the fashion. Yeah, so when I was in Japan, in Ginza, I saw that dress very catching, so I bought it. All along, I like the fashion, I like the color, I like the beauty stuff. You know.
Yeah. Then were you able to kind of participate in it while you were in China, or it was something that you just kind of like learned to appreciate and then got into once you moved to the States?
Yeah, I read a lot of magazine.
That was illegal at the time, right? You weren't allowed to read magazines?
No, it's legal. That is 1986 already. China opened the door slowly to the outside world, and then they translate a lot of articles, magazines, novels from the Western world. So I read a lot, and then plus I travel the outside world, so we feel it. So that's why I like it very much. I think beauty is a woman's nature, so you just don't need to learn. You just automatically you want to be pretty. I maybe a little more brave and try to put on myself, so I'm don't afraid to show my beauty.
Yeah.
A lot of girls is very pretty, but they are kind of shy, so they don't.
My mom's not shy. If you follow her on WeChat, you would know. She's a little WeChat influencer, like mother, like daughter. Speaking of beauty and expressing your beauty and being in real estate, I grew up watching you get ready for your real estate showings, and that's where I kind of fell in love.
That is a real estate agent must to do, because you have to present yourself professionally, in front of your client, because how you handle this, handle yourself dressing, then they can tell, oh, do you know the house, how quality of this house, but of course you have to have a knowledge, experience, plus you have to present yourself, you know what you're doing. You know? So if you're very sloppy, then they don't trust you can really know this house is good enough, or the quality and the style and everything is good for the clients or not. They feel not comfortable.
Yeah. They're trusting you with the biggest purchase of their life. So
every part of yourself has to be there, not just from your knowledge, your experience, your talking, everything, your body language, your body dress up and everything has to be very professionally.
Was there kind of a like a pair of pants, a blazer, or a suit that you gravitated towards when you were a real estate agent?
Oh yeah, Max Mara, I wear a lot of their pants, and Giorgio Armani, their jacket. So 爹地外边的那什么了，行了，你可以去了。爹地干嘛呢？外边那什么好了，外边那光特别棒，现在你要带上滤镜啊。
My parents really enjoy drone photography, so my mom is telling my dad to go outside and take some videos.
No, the drone right now is just sun up a little bit, the lights and then the color and everything just about right. Yeah. So it's time to take a drone fly.
She's always paying attention to this. She wants to get up at sunrise every morning to take videos of the sunrise. Okay, so you were saying that Giorgio Armani jackets.
Yeah, it's really good, really good. So I purchased the Giorgio Armani, the jacket, and also skirts and some evening, outfit too. The jacket, 中楼就是外衣.
Yeah, like overcoat.
Overcoat.
Yeah.
Overcoat. Yeah, and some scarf. And the shoes, 我喜欢那个，就是我经常穿的那个。Suddenly I forgot 那个就 how to pronounce.
Colehan?
No, not Colehan. S.
Stuart Weitzman. She loves Stuart Weitzman shoes.
Right.
Yeah, she does have a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. That one is very comfortable because we walk a lot, and so it's fit.
Now that you've kind of like semi-retired as a real estate agent, how has your taste changed over time now that you're not really working anymore?
When I start the photography, so when I start that, I go to natures a lot. I so enjoy the nature's beauty. And slowly, I think my kids is all successful. They graduate with a very good education, and also have a very good job, and they were very independent. So then I think it's my time to enjoy what I'm doing, right? So I just start the photography. So I love it so much, so I thought, oh, last 40 years I didn't really pay attention about the nature. Now I know, oh, the place we all live on, right, is so beautiful. So when the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset, and all those Milky Way, so amazing, so amazing. I'm so enjoyed. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. You seem so happy. I cry when I'm grateful. Oh, Mom, I love you.
Yeah, you will doing good, and you probably when you have a time, you will discover, how nature is so great.
Oh my God, I was not expecting to cry. Okay, so now she is kind of like, your focus has shifted a lot into the clothes you wear should enable you to go on adventures.
That's right. So I like North Face. Also, the Antares is very good because they have a pocket you can zip on. Pants, jacket, everything. So in the nature, like we have a lens cover, all those things that we can, or the keys or the small wallet, right? We can put in the Ziploc pocket and won't lose it. And then we can feel free to walk, to climb, to jog, in those natures. And also they have a rain resistant, that kind of features. So good, so good.
I'll put up some photos of her photography. She's gone to all corners of the globe. She was just in Greenland taking pictures of the glaciers and ice caps. Now we're in the Dolomites taking drone photography of the mountains. So she's a very talented photographer, and I'll link some of her work in the description.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
for
she
your
deserves
encouragement.
All the recognition. Something else, now that we're at this kind of stage of life, I've had the pleasure of receiving a lot of clothes that my mother has kind of passed down to me. And they're some of my most treasured pieces, like this pink leather jacket that fits my shoulders really well, which is very rare because I have a small frame. The Armani jacket, the Persian lamb wool jacket from Armani. But I kind of wanted to pick your brain about why you enjoy like passing on clothing and things like that.
Yeah, I think so. These brand names, right? They really not go out of style because that style is really lasts longer. It's just like a Chanel bag, right? The traditional classic style, classic one, never go out of style. When I bought it, very expensive, right? But some of them last maybe 10 years, 20 years, still in style, still very good looks. And also when I pass you, first is the value, you can keep the value. The second is still fit very well. And third is like when I saw my daughter wear it, then I almost like I see myself when I was young. So that's, and also when I purchase it, I always have a thought, think, oh, I have my daughter, so if I cannot wear anymore, if I get too fat or too, and then I can pass on to my daughter, so it's the value still there.
Oh, well, I hope that I'm able to also pass it down further to my daughter if I have one, or if I don't have one, Lucas and Claire's kids. Lucas is my brother.
I think the style is like a turnaround, the circular, right? Mm-hmm. So now we maybe the 80s style coming back, later is 90s coming back. So just a little change. So that's why when you invest to the brand name, even though you pay a lot of money at the beginning, but really lasts longer. Mm-hmm. The material quality, color, style, all very, very top notch.
Thank you, Mom. I'm very lucky. Speaking of spending money and investing in designer pieces, how do you balance being financially wise while dressing the way you want to dress?
You got to taking care of your food, room, and board. Those first. Okay, necessary first. Then, you don't purchase a lot of, when you see this pretty, buy it. It's not necessary or you don't need it. Then don't spend the money. You know, you get your 可以花的钱，就是说 the allowed.
The money you can spend.
Yeah, the money you can spend, then spend in the good one. But on the one, not much, 1 or 2, but it's very good one. 你要是买很多乱七八糟的东西，你不穿，到时候也会扔掉，或者是抖内了，或者是什么呢？ It's very waste.
She said if you buy a bunch of trash and then you don't even wear it, then you have to figure out how to get rid of it. You either throw it away or you have to donate it, and it's just even more of a hassle.
That's right. So 10 clothes is maybe you just buy 10 garbage clothes, right? You just buy one very good one.
Yeah.
Then you keep very long time.
Yeah. You hear that? No fast fashion.
No, it depends on it depends on what you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
The situation is different. You buy some casual stuff, not all the time, you know. When you go shopping, you see, oh, this is a good bone, 来一个 that is good, but you don't really wear it. That is not my style, not my way to shop.
The Mama Chan way. Thanks, Mom, for being on my podcast.
Oh, of course.
Thanks for tuning in to the first guest speaker episode of Changing Room Thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. This is going to be one of my favorites. If you're listening on Spotify, please leave a 5-star rating. It helps me out a lot. If you're on YouTube, consider subscribing. And hopefully I'll have this podcast out on Apple Podcasts as well. But I'm working on it. It's a one-woman band. With that being said, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.